Spain's treatment of its black community is deeply intertwined with its historical legacy of colonialism and migration. Over centuries, Spain engaged in colonization across continents, including Africa, leaving a complex legacy of exploitation and subjugation. The impact of Spain's colonial past continues to shape perceptions, attitudes, and interactions towards black individuals within Spanish society. During the era of European colonialism, Spain, like other colonial powers, participated in practices of enslavement, forced labor, and cultural erasure in its African colonies. This history of exploitation has left deep scars on both Spanish and African communities, influencing social dynamics and racial relations to this day. The remnants of slavery and colonialism linger in collective memory, shaping perceptions of race and identity. The colonial legacy has also contributed to a hierarchical view of race within Spanish society, where black individuals have often been marginalized and treated as second-class citizens. The enduring impact of historical injustices is evident in contemporary issues such as systemic racism, discrimination, and social inequalities faced by the black community in Spain. Understanding the historical context is crucial for comprehending the complexities of race relations in Spain. It provides insights into the roots of present-day challenges and informs efforts to address systemic racism and promote racial equity and justice. By examining Spain's colonial past and its enduring effects, we can better understand the dynamics shaping the treatment of the black community and work towards a more inclusive and equitable society. Furthermore, Spain's colonial history extends beyond its interactions with African populations to encompass its conquests in other regions such as Latin America and Asia. The impacts of colonization were not limited to the exploitation of labor and resources, but also involved the imposition of cultural hegemony and the suppression of indigenous identities. This complex history of colonialism has contributed to a multifaceted understanding of race within Spanish society. The intersections of race, ethnicity, and nationality have shaped social hierarchies and power dynamics, influencing attitudes towards black individuals and other marginalized groups. Despite efforts to move beyond its troubled past, Spain continues to grapple with issues of racism and discrimination within its borders. Recent events, such as the harassment of Red Cross volunteer Luna and the death of street vendor Mamembaye Ndiaye, underscore the persistent challenges faced by the black community in Spain. In order to address these issues effectively, it is essential to acknowledge the historical context that has shaped contemporary racial dynamics. By confronting the legacies of colonialism and slavery, Spain can work towards dismantling systemic racism and fostering a society where all individuals are treated with dignity and respect, regardless of their race or ethnicity. Furthermore, Spain's colonial legacy has left a profound imprint on its identity and cultural landscape. The encounters between Spanish colonizers and the diverse populations of Africa, Asia, and the Americas have shaped Spain's language, cuisine, music, and traditions. However, alongside these cultural exchanges, there exists a darker history of exploitation, violence, and oppression. The legacies of slavery and colonialism are evident in the enduring racial disparities and inequalities faced by the black community in Spain. Despite strides towards progress and modernization, systemic racism persists in various aspects of society, including employment, housing, education, and the criminal justice system. The treatment of the black community in Spain reflects broader patterns of racism and discrimination that exist globally. Spain's colonial past has contributed to the construction of racial hierarchies and stereotypes, perpetuating attitudes of superiority and inferiority based on skin color. As Spain grapples with its colonial legacy and strives towards a more inclusive and equitable society, it is essential to confront the historical injustices that continue to shape contemporary realities. By acknowledging the complexities of race and identity, Spain can work towards reconciliation, justice, and healing for all its citizens, regardless of their racial or ethnic background. Spain's colonial past is characterized by centuries of exploitation and subjugation of African populations, leaving a lasting impact on the perceptions and treatment of black individuals within Spanish society. The legacy of slavery and colonialism has left deep scars on both Spanish and African communities, shaping attitudes and interactions to this day. Spain was one of the major European colonial powers during the Age of Exploration, establishing colonies across Africa, the Americas, and Asia. In Africa, Spain engaged in the transatlantic slave trade, forcibly capturing and transporting millions of Africans to the Americas to serve as enslaved laborers on plantations and in mines. The brutal exploitation of African labor contributed significantly to Spain's economic prosperity and colonial expansion. The colonial project involved not only the economic exploitation of African populations, but also the imposition of European cultural hegemony. Indigenous African cultures and identities were systematically suppressed and marginalized, as Spain sought to impose its language, religion, and customs upon colonized territories. This process of cultural erasure deprived African communities of their autonomy, heritage, and dignity. The legacy of slavery continues to haunt Spain and its former colonies, leaving a profound impact on both Spanish and African communities. The transatlantic slave trade resulted in the forced displacement and separation of countless African families, leaving behind a legacy of trauma and intergenerational suffering. The racial hierarchies and inequalities established during the colonial period continue to shape social dynamics and power structures within Spanish society. The historical legacy of slavery and colonialism has profoundly influenced perceptions and treatment of Black individuals within Spanish society. Deep-seated stereotypes and prejudices about race persist, perpetuating notions of racial inferiority and superiority. Black individuals may face discrimination, prejudice, and systemic barriers in various aspects of life, including education, employment, housing, and healthcare. The memories of slavery and colonialism remain embedded in the collective consciousness of both Spanish and African communities. The legacies of resistance, resilience, and cultural survival endure as testaments to the enduring impact of colonial oppression. Acknowledging this shared history is essential for fostering understanding, reconciliation, and healing between diverse communities. Spain's colonial past has left a profound and enduring legacy that continues to shape perceptions and treatment of Black individuals within Spanish society. Confronting this history is essential for addressing systemic racism, promoting social justice, and building a more inclusive and equitable society for all. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Ashman Digital for more insightful content on history, culture, and social issues. Your support helps us continue to create informative and engaging videos that shed light on important topics like Spain's colonial legacy and the treatment of the Black community. Hit the like button and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on our latest videos and join our community of curious minds. Thank you for your support. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Ashman Digital for more insightful content on history, culture, and social issues.